Hello, 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 somebody, nobody, anybody, whoever never see this. This is Alexander Faust, the Whiff, come back at you with some more Warhammer 40k. This time I'll be reviewing my Harlequin 2k Outrider detachment list for Strike Force. This was different because it was voidweaver spam as the meta, because they are very good with prismatic. However, with the new changes to the armor dominus and along with the point increase to voidweavers, I believe the list had to be changed. I think two good list options for Harlequins right now is how I have it right here, or you could probably just spam troops, literally troops for days, and you just get an army of troops. And you just get them all in starweavers and you trick them out with fusion blasters, two fusion blasters, and two neuro disruptors, and then you give them a kiss, and it's either an embrace or a caress. One of them turns off invulse. Don't worry about that one right now. It doesn't matter as much. Get the other one, which can deal more mortals, and that's it. That's you just get 2 and 2, and you don't get the Harlequin blade, and you just load up, and that will actually perform well. This will outperform that list if you're against vehicles. If you're against vehicles, the skyweavers, even though they're 6 instead of 5, oh, blast, it should still outperform. Um, Moving on though, so this list has one heavy two model unit of voidweavers, two separate units of starweavers, three 6 model units of skyweavers, one bare bones unit of troops just to hold back a back objective and kind of give lookout surge some stuff, and then you have two fusion pistols, two neuro disruptors, and a bare bones to go, and that's just copy twice to go in each of these Star Weavers to hopefully do work. You have a Death Jester, which Lord of Crystal Bones, because of the change made towards favor of Kegelrock, it just is no longer as good to go along with how it used to be, where you got to do it for a hit, and then you could just basically, I believe it's favor of Kegelrock, you could make it give the Death Jester his relic and bibbity bop people for 4 guaranteed hits because you just guaranteed unmodified 6 with the Shrieker Cannon giving it strength 6 AP -4, but no longer. One Solitaire. I have bad luck with Solitaires, but I stand by that he's good to take as long as you're taking him with Prince of Sins. There's other combinations. This is a light detachment for Sadaf, but I still feel that light is superior. There are other options. Again, play however you want, however you feel. I try to go above average as long as it's a good list. It feels like it does well. And then I try not to lean into the meme, but just some kind of overwhelming force. I like go fast, hit hard, alpha strike armies because of the snowball effect during the game. And to counter that is you have armies in reserves, deep strike, embarked, etc. And so I like being able to basically control the first 2 rounds as Harlequins here right here. But alas, yeah, and as a Solitaire Prince of Sins and the Shadow Seer right here, I have them with the Shadow Stone to get that juicy 9-inch aura, which, because so dumb, these were core before troops. It was the only core. Skyweavers, you're able to put your Skyweavers pretty far out in different spots and still get the benefit for the -1 to wound because of Shadow Seer. And I gave them Webway Dance to get that 6-up Feel No Pain, along with Mirror of Minds, because who doesn't like doing 6 mortal wounds? And if once the Webway Dance doesn't really seem relevant, you have Mirror of Minds and Smite to work with, and you know what? That ain't bad. Let me zoom in on some of these. So this is the Skyweaver with Haywires. None of them have Shurikens, and they all have the melee option, no Star Bolas. So that way, if you're not against a vehicle list, you still have options. You can still control the first 2 rounds of the game. Make sure you get the first big charge in. And, they're pretty tanky. As long as you stay 12 inches away from their shooting, you're golden, baby. Starweaver. Yeah. Still can't believe these were core, but the troops were not. Voidweavers in the arms of an angel. Na, na, na. These were oppressively strong with prismatic cannons. It needed to get changed. It was when you combine prismatic cannons spam with light as well. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. So that is a healthy change. Players, kit them out however you need. There's many different options here, along with the lead player. Uh, you don't even technically need to bring neuroblasters. While they're good, like Fusion Blaster just covers more variants. And so you could just bring 2 Fusion Blasters, put it on your leader and on some other person, and then give them 1 kiss, and then it's either the embrace or caress, whatever it does. Mortals, not the invul one. And then you can leave all the rest as almost bare bones. You can trick them out with stuff, but it's the Fusion Pistol that does most of the work. Neuro is nice too on the side. It is still AP -3, even if it's 1 to vehicles. The Solitaire, which I really like the Solitaire's model. I wish it looked kind of weirder because it would make more sense with the impossible form. This doesn't really look that impossible. That's supposed to be some of the impossible part right there. Shadow Seer. This always rang out as Craft World to me. And then the Death Jester. Man, I miss Billy being able to just deal tons of fucking wounds. I have him kitted out with Lord of Crystal Bones to turn off wow, brain fart. Overwatch, and that will work well with how I have this list with so many bikes. So if they have one big spooky night or something with flamers or a lot of shots, what have you, not today. At least for one of your things. Hopefully, if you deploy them well. I didn't. If you may have noticed, I didn't actually give a buff to my Shadow Seer for the Shadow Seer's like passive options. Just Shadow Stone and Favor of Kegarak because I feel like the buffs are good, especially for the points as well. And in the end of the day, I had like point decisions to make as an executive decision. Um, but the being able to turn off auras, etc., are good, but it's very situational, and I feel like it's better to have the trade-off for points here and extra damage as overall generalized efficiency. So again, this is a Sadith Light attachment for Blaze of Light. Each time an attack is made against a unit with this characteristic, if the attack model is more than 12 inches away, an unmodified hit roll, not wound, hit, which is better. It's better that you get the hits gone before the wounds. Uh, of 1 to 3 for that attack fails, irrespective of any abilities. Usually it's better this way. This made it even more nasty when you had an army of T5s. Now my army is T4s, and while you could put all your troops in starweavers and go back up to T5s, if you do neither and you just do players by themselves as like a horde storming the board, realize they're T3s. So it's the wound roll you still need to be wary of. So there is an argument to be made more so as well to have the list just be all troops in starweavers. Just bring like a battalion and just 6 troops, 6 starweavers, and then I don't think I care at that point. You don't even need a Death Jester. There's a Shadow Seer, maybe 2 Shadow Seers just for more mortals, a Solitaire, and then however the rest you want to put your points. Points don't matter at that point. Each time a unit of this characteristic makes a normal move or advances in your movement phase in your following shooting phase, the unit counts as having remained stationary. So advance and shoot, advance and charge. Like combos with the rising crescendo. So they basically are moving 20 and 22 inches, shooting 24 inches after that, and then they can still make a 12-inch charge. So that's the fun part with bikes. And so, well, I think if you wanted a better generalized list, definitely go for the starweavers. It's not bad, and then kit them out, like I said. But if you want, with the upcoming night changes for Imperium and Chaos, all the Xenos players, which if you haven't figured it out from these videos, this is going to be the second one. It's going to be Xeno focused because I'm waiting for that night soup rules to drop along with the points, because that's going to change all my Imperium and Chaos lists. At least there's potential there for changes to be made. So all the Xenos, this is going to be good to counter that. If they have one spooky night, not anymore. This seems sketchy, but then when you're able to bring their knight down to bottom bracket or death, turn 1, that's something to give some respect to. Yep, and that's what's on the characters. And the Outrider 2K army list is a Shadow Seer, Solitaire, Death Jester, Troops, Voidweavers, Skyweavers, and Starweavers as I posted. Like the other video and videos to come, I will post this battle scribe information on the video, and I will try to give links to a Google Drive shared file that I will set up. I still haven't done that, but I'm going to be doing that shortly, along with posting some of these armies on workshop mods, so that way people, if they want to, they can actually just go and grab the mods. They're, the army, they're already all pre-scripted Yellow Scribe and Battle Scribe for you. But if I have difficulty with that, then that will not be happening. But, not but, God, obsessed with buts. So many buts in my sentences. The lists that will post and or data files, they may not match because I'm going through and updating. If I do as simulations or I play other people, as I play with almost every faction in the game, then I'm going to update the list to, I think, a better version, and or possibly a bit more fun version. So be aware that the list will change. And if you have any requests for armies, for me to play, advice, you want to talk about 40K, anime, comics, D&D, what have you, feel free to jump into the comments, like the video and all that jazz. Subscribe if you want. I don't care. I'm doing this bit of a hobby. Yeah, have a great day and stay tuned for other videos for other factions.